Sorry, mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Allow the children it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Politico, this one not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, my ego don't come, my people make you shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ìgòní.
Hello there, brethren. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. Brethren, welcome to the Temple of Truth tonight. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them to join us. Mayegun today, Mayegun is live. And if you have done that already, thank you. So tonight, we are starting with the update. After the brutality unleashed on peaceful protesters demanding for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 2 days ago, his brother, as well as one of his counsels, Ejimako, one of his lawyers, they were arrested even before participating in the protest, which obviously has the hand of the Tifnumbu's presidency in it, when they had to go to a magistrate court far away from where they were arrested in order to secure a detention order, which sent them to Kuje. While the rest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team are pretty much working in putting up their defense as the court ruled. Because the last time the court said the no case submission didn't pass. So Nnamdi Kanu should put together his defense. And today, his legal team have given us the list. They've made that public. Those who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be calling as witnesses to come and stand there in court and prove to everyone how everything that transpired between the Fulani government of the contraption under Bokwari and of course now under Tifnumbu, and every other thing they've told you in the papers, in their media, it will be a great time for them, at least, to come in and say their own side of the story. So the names quite are somehow so deep. The court said Nnamdi Kanu should put up his defense in 7 days. So he's got 7 days to present all his own defense. But Nnamdi Kanu is asking for 90 days, as he is proposing to present at least 130 witnesses to prove not just to Nigeria, but to the world that the sham trial, from treason to terrorism, the bogus trial that the Fulani government of the contraption have been putting up in the last 10 years. So the names, in case, if you would mind, right? Were Wike, the likes of Were Wike, the devil Umahi, Sanwo-Olu, Danjuma. Even though Bokwari has been confirmed officially dead, he would have been a witness, especially in that part where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Bokwari died, right, since 2017. And the man in charge of that contract since 2016 rather. So the man in charge of the contraption is Jibril al-Sudani from Sudan, and few other people who have taken up the role. So he would have called Bokwari as a witness as well, in which I will break the witness list. I'll break it down as much as possible, all right? So that you understand this. The criminal government of that contraption, the APC, they are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of being the brain behind the NSAS protest, as well as the atrocities of the hired political thugs in Lagos that set ablaze the BRT buses and vandalized their properties, and then looted shops and all that. So they said, no, it was Nnamdi Kanu that incited them. In fact, it was the one who said they should kill the police, they should burn down the station, they should burn down this and that. So Nnamdi Kanu is calling Sanwo-Olu as a witness to come and take a stand and tell the court that despite the fact that in their own NSAS panels set up across the country to probe the the killings that took place and those who participated, witnesses were called. So people were subpoenaed to come and give witnesses. Some showed up, some didn't. Sanwo-Olu was indicted as the brain behind the anarchy that took over the Lagos State. He was indicted by the Lagos State NSAS panel. Bokwari's government was indicted. Nigerian army were also indicted. Nigerian police were indicted. Individuals that were like police officers, military officers were also indicted. Nobody is convicted. So Nnamdi Kanu wants, since they are accusing him of that, he wants Sanwo-Olu to take the stand and tell the world where Nnamdi Kanu's name is ever mentioned in any of their government documents pertaining to the investigation of the killings of Nigerians 5 years ago, orchestrated, sponsored by Tinubu, Sanwo-Olu, and executed. Yeah, who gave the order? It was Bokwari that gave the order. So those who killed Nigerians, they are hanging it on Nnamdi Kanu. So we would like them to take the stand. Another person that he is calling to come and take the stand as a witness in this case, in his defense, is Wike. Wike is one person that commits. See, some of you, especially you, the obedient, who have your personal grouse for because of what Wike did in 2023. You have no idea what Wike did in 2020. A lot of you remember, today everybody is pretty much talking about NSAS because of the Lekki toll gate. But what you have no clue of is that the number of people killed, Nigerians killed, outside Lagos, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria, most of them undocumented, like you have them in Lagos, but they are still documented as much as possible. In Obigbo, where Wike took the, the spat between himself and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On social media, listen to this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was teaching about the Igbos in Rivers State and why they are in Rivers State and why some of them decided to change their names and all that stuff. Ikweres are Igbos. No, Ikweres are not Igbos. That was the conversation. Where Wike took that so personal and he went to the Igbo-dominated local government area, Obigbo local government area, during this NSAS stuff, right? As in personally, he went here and accused them of being members of IPOB. He invited the military to River State, Wike, and they declared a curfew in Obigbo local government alone. Baba, they were going inside houses, picking people and shooting and killing them, even when they've already ended the NSAS protest and all of that in Lagos. Throughout the October, you see, the killings that took place in River State, right? So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants Wike to come and take a stand to deny the killings in Obigbo, which prompted one of his broadcasts, his broadcast where he called on the people to not sit back and get killed. They are intending to, they are currently executing the kind of ethnic cleansing in this ongoing protest. Defend yourselves. If they come to kill you, kill them. Now, we need to take a stand for that. The Umahi has been called to come and take a stand as well. You know why? Because the Umahi and some of the eastern governors, including the former Abia state governor, Ikpeazu, they met with Nnamdi Kanu in Enugu. And throughout their conversation, which is like dialogue of, okay, you know what? It's been granted bail. Now let's talk about the reason for the agitation, what should be done, what can be done, and all of that stuff. So they called a meeting, a sort of a stakeholder meeting in Enugu. After that meeting, right, where Nnamdi Kanu categorically told them that the reason why this agitation, even if I am completely out of the picture, somebody else will pick it up later. Look at Igbo land. Look at our people. We are almost everywhere all over the world. Why? Because of the limited opportunity back home, because of you guys. If you cannot see the politically orchestrated or the politically systemized kind of like marginalization against the Igbos, then prove me wrong. Fight for this, fight for that, give this, give that, protect this, protect that, including protecting the vulnerable people in the rural areas. They came out and said, well, all he demanded for is just pure like asking for good governance. The good governance that will keep the Igbos, right, more in Igbo land, develop the place enough that, right, they won't be ashamed to say they want to have Biafra, kind of, right? And they said, well, yeah, that's something they could do. So where in his demand, did he make any demand of violence, of killings, of anything? He would like Umahi to come and testify that he himself, Umahi, never actually appealed to his own people in Ebonyi when they were being killed by this same Fulani terrorist. Umahi will need to take a stand. Another person that Nnamdi Kanu is calling to take a stand is Buratai the Butcher. See? Buratai the Butcher, which happened to be your chief of army staff, was the guy who gave the order for these murderous soldiers to go to Afarauku and slaughter Nnamdi Kanu and everything that lives, including their family dog. That's how barbaric they were. They said that some youth were throwing stones at them, right? 2 days before that, they suddenly surrounded Nnamdi Kanu's house. He is due to appear in court like a few days from that time. So why can't they just wait then, probably to arrest him in Abuja if he goes to their court? No. They surrounded his house because they've declared Operation Python Dance. Python Dance, Baba. Have you ever seen where pythons dances? Pythons don't dance because you only see pythons when they are crushing the bone of possibly the animal they want to eat. So they sent Operation Python Dance to the eastern Nigeria. They sent Operation Lafi Adole to the northern part of Nigeria. Those who are giving them Operation Safe Corridor. Yeah, clearing the repentant terrorists. But the eastern Nigeria, they sent pythons to be dancing, which means to be eating innocent people. All they need is just that the python needs to wear the goggles. The goggle that will carry IPOB flag, and everybody becomes IPOB. They were killing people. So they surrounded Nnamdi Kanu's house. They laid siege to his family house. The streets, the everywhere. What's going on? The next thing they said, the youth, some youth were throwing stones at them. Because they were throwing stones at them, they slaughtered 28 young people in a podu in front of Nnamdi Kanu's house. Then the next thing, they moved straight to his family house. When they found out that the gate was shut, they started shooting like bullets into the building until they finally gained entrance. That was how Nnamdi Kanu had to escape. He was to be killed. So Buratai the Butcher will come to the court and explain to them that those who said he jumped bail, then they will come out and say who gave them the order to come into his house, violate the court ruling that granted him bail, and then attempted to kill him. Finally, Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria then, we also need to take a stand. Malamu will take a stand because how did Nnamdi Kanu end up in Nigeria? From Kenya, he was kidnapped. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, violating all the international kind of like a treaties or laws, right? Then what happened? Malamu took Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. Nigeria Appeal Court said Nigeria would have no case against Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot be tried in any court because of the process of bringing him back to Nigeria. So if the court says they have no evidence of his extradition, or sorry, his extraordinary rendition that is kidnapped, then Malamu needs to come and present as what you can say witness to the court. How did he and others got Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? What process? Because yeah, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers will be asking questions from this guy. So maybe not finally. Another one is Danjuma, that old man. Theophilus Danjuma, the former defense minister of Nigeria during the military, during Obasanjo's time though, right? Danjuma, right, is one of the guys who actually alerted us when in one address, when his estate, Taraba, that has been under siege for God knows since when, Danjuma cried out and said that he's found out, this is a retired general in Nigerian Army, a former CoPC. Danjuma raised the alarm and said that the Nigerian Army collaborated. They are collaborating with the terrorists. They were moving with the terrorists. They collude. They collude. And he also added, he said, if you are expecting Nigeria government to protect you, you will be dead before such help comes. And he also added that defend yourselves. Everybody defend yourselves. The motivation that Nnamdi Kanu says he couldn't just wish away. He had to do something, which then prompted him to create the ESN, Eastern Security Network. Just a local vigilante or a forest guard. They were just there to ensure that women, men, aged are able to go to their farms, to the market. They could travel within their land in peace, safe. But that became something they politicized and weaponized to what it is today. So he's asking Danjuma to join. There are so many others there because it's actually a very long list. He wants Samoyele Sowore to take a stand as well. Someone who has helped to use his platform to expose a lot of this rot, a lot of these killings, including the sort of like the judicial manipulation to keep him in detention. Omoyele Sowore is also a living witness to this kind of a barbarity. They've charged him for terrorism with Nnamdi Kanu before. And today, right, the case against Sowore is dead. Why they continue to recycle that of Nnamdi Kanu? That's a lot of talk, isn't it? Yeah, I'll take a breather while I send you back to the studio. After the old brouhaha, especially the shutdown that they witnessed surprisingly in Abuja, which has made them to start threading another dangerous path by trying to jail Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer as well as his brother, right? I'll let Sowore take this meet now, okay? I'll be back.
Well, it was not only on social media. It happened everywhere around Abuja. We had 6 spots where we had thousands of people converge in march. We were at Utako, we were at Apple, which has the largest crowd.
Turnout, yeah.
We were at Gudu, and we then relocated to the FCT command where we were tear gas, but we were attacked ruthlessly everywhere we went. What these people are telling you is that you cannot be a peaceful person in Nigeria and get away with it.
Yeah.
You can only be violent and get away with it, because if we were terrorists or bandits, as they call them, we could have been walking around Abuja today with ammunition and nobody will come near us. But fortunately, or unfortunately, people like me have chosen a non-violent approach to resolving issues. But that doesn't mean that a generation is not coming that will not accept this nonsense.
But I mean, you know that what happens when these protests take place is that they tend to metamorphose into something bigger, and the government knows that beyond the specific case of Nnamdi Kanu, you and other opposition politicians, he's an opposition politician, you often intend to wake up the spirit of the masses who say, you know, they're fed up with bad governance. I mean, your movement, by the way, is called Revolution Now.
Yes, and I won't deny that. In fact, I think the traction around this particular protest was beyond just Nnamdi Kanu. People are fed up with the system, and they cannot deal with the fact that somebody who hasn't committed any offense known to law, an offense that is triable, that's the way I'll put it, is held in detention. Whereas that same week, the president is pardoning drug dealers, kidnappers and murderers, and Nnamdi Kanu, who you can't establish any offense against, is kept perpetually detained, he's tortured, he's harassed, his lawyers, his lead lawyers were speaking, is in detention.
I have to say that the time is ridiculously long.
Yes.
I mean, upwards of 7 years in detention. I mean,
So
it doesn't make any sense at all.
You see, the larger Nigerian nation is itself an open prison. I spent 5 years here over a boat.
So sort of Gaza.
Yes.
That was
But Gaza is better than Nigeria in some ways.
I wouldn't go that far, to be honest.
Gaza, throughout this period of bombardment, had electricity. so I heard some kind of water supply that you can't get here. The sewage was. I am not in any way saying this, so you don't misunderstand me in the future. But Nigeria is, you can't even define what is wrong with Nigeria. It's like a nation that is at war, with itself and against itself. Yeah. And when you see this happen, what we have experienced with Nnamdi Kanu, with terrorists walking around, the federal government even went and attended the naming ceremony of one of the bandits after they met in Katsina. You would ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I in a country like this? And that is probably why most people call Nnamdi Kanu a prophet, that he saw into the future that this country is not the kind of country you want to have your children in. And there's nothing wrong if you want your own country. This international law recognizes that. If I declare Shura Republic tomorrow, what are you going to do to me? Arrest me and detain me perpetually? No, it is not done. So what we're saying here, when you see injustice, you know it, and you don't need to be told that the way and manner injustices are handled in Nigeria have colorations. Sometimes it may not be ethnic, but it might be religious, it might be political. I was around throughout Abiola's persecution. Abiola did not declare more than saying, I'm president because I won an election. He died in detention. They kept saying, we were fighting in those days, Abiola is in detention, Abiola is being handled by the courts, it's being handled by the court. He wasn't being tried. The Supreme Court had gone on break. So the same thing that I'm alarmed, and I'm saying this to anybody who is watching, I'm alarmed, I'm shocked that we're in a country where there's anybody who feels what is being done to Nnamdi Kanu is okay. And I say this particularly of my Yoruba brothers who make these comments. Some of them even have the audacity to send me messages personally. They'll be sending you all these videos, because your brother is in power. But I was the only person when Sunday Igboho's house was raided and all his people were, including his cat, was killed. I was the only person in this Abuja who went to the Federal High Court who pushed the DSS out of the front of the courtroom. And that was the day his people were granted bail. Nobody talked about it. There are Yoruba activists who went and invaded a radio station in Ibadan. Have you heard about them anymore? Even Sunday Igboho, my brother, is back. He's actually, he's moving around freely. Nnamdi Kanu has never carried a weapon before. Most of these guys have done Things like that. Why are we treating the Igbo man differently? And I'm not saying that to whip up something, because I'm ashamed, of course, of these Southeastern leaders. Because when I was on your show last time, you remember, I was saying that Nnamdi Kanu is being kept in detention deliberately by Southeastern politicians. They showed themselves in the last few days. The deputy speaker was asking people not to join peaceful protests. You know, all the governors kept quiet about it. The Okezie Ikpeazu person in our head is a Wike version of Okezie Ikpeazu. He's saying that nobody should go out to fight for the freedom of a person who is innocent of any crime. And we are here saying it is normal. It is normal. Even the policemen who were shooting at us today were fighting for them a month ago to get their pension and gratuity. They were the ones shooting at us. They saw me today, came close to me, and they were shooting directly at me. 4 times today. The policemen I fought for, well, it wasn't.
Because it is Nigeria. You get what I mean? I don't like that person. He's facing any injustice. Maybe he deserves it. Until it happens to you, then it's going to be like the heaven must probably fall. Hey, make una come see, oh, can you see what just happened to me? Which kind of country are we living in? When injustice is yet to happen to some people, they don't believe it exists. And that's sad, because the level of injustice in Nigeria being perpetuated by these lawless rogues, they are like open secrets. They are not hidden. It's more or less like every now and then they are just taunting everybody. What you going to do? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? So they are using their court delays and the rest of that, choosing which of the court judgment they are going to obey or which of them they are not going to look at and all that. Making themselves above the laws that were supposed to be above everybody. Right? Just like some of you are cherry picking who you should feel sorry for or who you should feel empathy for or not, right? They are also cherry picking, right? Who should get justice or who should not in that contraption. So Nnamdi Kanu is asking for 90 days. I don't know if the court is going to do that tomorrow, but why are they worried? Parrotimi. Because they don't want to take any responsibility.
The 1999 Constitution, which guarantees Nigerians' right to protest. And what does this mean for the fate of protest in Nigeria?
Number one, this question should help you to see the lie that is called Nigeria. Constitution, that is suggestive of something that the people came together to give to themselves. A band of bandits wrote what you are calling the Constitution, and the section you are citing is as useless as the persons who crafted it. And I would explain myself. In a democracy, there should never be a need for a police permit before you may have a protest. That the police was informed was so that they will provide security. That a court would presume to curtail the right of citizens to protest peacefully in a democracy is even suggestive of the fact that you are not in a democracy, you are only mimicking and pretending to be in a democracy. It is actually completely unheard of that in a democracy, citizens are required to obtain the permit of their paid employees before they may congregate peacefully. So when you talk about the police and the order it was waving around, I'm sorry, Obasanjo was the president of this country, so was Jonathan. And you don't have to listen to Dele Farotimi, you can listen to the professor of law, Oshibaju. Our judiciary is unfit for purpose. It does exactly as it is told by the executive, and it does not serve the cause of justice. So that they are brandishing something and waving it around, you cannot restrict. It can be, a order is only as useful as its lawfulness. You can say people should, you can arrest those who are violent in protesting, you can arrest those who break the law, but there should never be a situation where you are saying citizens cannot protest. So that the Nigerian police was busy waving an order around. I have been the victim of a court that tried me and sent that remanded me in prison custody on a non-existent law. So what kind of law court order is going to stop citizens who are not out for violence from peacefully showing their displeasure with the government? Why I don't join protests is because I know that they are merely protesting to the deaf. How do you tell the deaf you don't like what is being done to you? A person who is intent on not hearing you, why are you wasting your time shouting at him? It's a waste of time. The Nigerian state is deaf. It does not listen. So those who protest to the Nigerian state, when you talk about protest, it's suggestive of a person saying, no, I'm not happy with what you are doing. And he kept saying, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with this. The expectation is that the person to whom you are protesting have the capacity to hear you, and having heard you, he will recalibrate and do the right thing. It has never happened that the Nigerian state recalibrated and did the right thing. NSAS, they changed the name to SWAT. Today is RRS. It is the character and nature that
the 1999 Constitution.
Nothing changes. Or should I say, the more things changes, the more they remain the same. So the awareness is already out. And you know what I mean? The all shenanigans, right? It has become more clearer. For those who are not deliberately, right, like blind. You know something they say, you can only wake somebody who is sleeping. You can't wake somebody who is pretending to be sleeping. I still have people who are like laughing, mocking Showore and the rest of that, because they still don't grasp the full kind of like complexity of what is before them. You haven't grasped it. If you are one of those who are still laughing and making jest of Showore, because the people you are dealing with, they are very much intentional. Nothing happens by accident or mistake. If you pay attention, because there's always a pattern. And when you continue to see the pattern and see the pattern, you don't ignore them because they barely affect you. It doesn't take 10 years to try somebody who has committed a crime, like they have done with Nnamdi Kanu. They've made a mess of it, total mess of it. So to save face, the right thing to do, but we all know why it is so difficult. It's easier to release terrorists, armed terrorists and the rest, than for them to swallow their pride, their shame, or their loss, and say, you know what, we've messed this whole thing up. Like we didn't handle it well. You know what we're going to do? Just let him go. But yeah, we can then begin to look for another means of what we can actually get on, which they won't. They won't get anything. Incriminating. Asking for your own country is a freedom of speech. Because nobody will suddenly just cut up and say, this is my country. It doesn't work like that. It's a process. And Nnamdi Kanu is not daft. Except for those who chose to pretend that they didn't hear all he's been saying. Referendum is like voting, the same way you want to go and do 2027 votes. That's what referendum is. And a referendum means those of you who love Nigeria, you will still support and vote for Nigeria. You vote no. Those who are in support of a Biafra, they will vote yes. If the yes have it, yeah, that's it. That means majority wants it. If the no's have it, that's it. That means majority don't want it. So anything after that you can this, well, people have said they don't want it. So can you please, let's leave it for now. Of course, yeah, you can leave it for now for another 10 years. You can do your referendum every 10 years until you get what you want. But there's something about referendum too. There's some of you who actually hate Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe because of the way his message hits you, right? It's like a double barrel something. Where you are trying to process one, another one hits you, then you become so triggered, offended. One thing about referendum is that, in case if you don't know, is this. There's always going to be something good coming out of it. If everybody says, you know what, oh, it's right, or you know what, we want this, doesn't mean that you are going to actually really break up straight away. But there could be a chance, right? where for the first time, a part of Nigeria is renegotiating their participation in this union. Because it's supposed to be a union. The way Nigeria is, right, it was supposed to be like a union. So that means a region, they may succeed in renegotiating. Say, okay, you know what, don't go. What do you want us to give to you? Okay, we want autonomy. We want to have our own system. We want to have our own system of governance, our own security. We want to have our own economy designed by ourselves and all of that. If you don't want us to go, then we'll share this with you, share this and this and this with you. Say, okay, all right, that's fair. If that's what you want, but please don't go, please. So it's not always about gidigbo, gidigbo, uzogu, zogu. No, if you pay attention, no. But the criminal politicians knows that any means of any kind of like anything that will make them part with what they have called their general cake, which is what Nigeria is to them, which they have shared among themselves. Where you have oil, where you have gas, where you have other, rare earth minerals, these guys have privatized them to themselves. So if a region successfully renegotiated their own arrangement of this union, you interest. Most of them who have never been to the eastern part of Nigeria, but they are making billions there. And they don't have any intention of going there to even see those people whose resources they are, because they are living off. They don't have any intention of being there. Nigeria secured that for them. Now that means that you get to see that the unseen hands that won't want this to happen, right? They will be cut off. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But the criminals, like I mentioned, right, this vested interest, there are those that will give you 1 million reasons that it is actually very perfect to continue to wallow in this motion without movement. I've been a movement without motion country, where everybody just keep going in circle and lamenting and complaining and dying and dying and dying and waiting to be killed or to be like, could you something better? There is another person speaking on the matter.
There was a presidential pardon some few days ago, whereby the president pardoned a lot of people, and it sparked a lot of controversies around the country. Now, why people are complaining is that the president pardoned a lot of people that did dangerous crimes, and he has set them free, even without completing their sentence in jail. Now, for example, there is a kidnapper that he kidnapped even Mike Ozekome and some other top people, and even unalive some top men, and the president have pardoned such man. Now, my take on this particular matter, I will give you my take. But before my take, now there is a family of one household family like that. Now the wife unalives the husband. I remember that case trended online, where the follow of the case, the family of the man took the case to court, and last they sentenced the woman to prison. Do you know that the presidents have pardoned the woman, have granted her pardon? That woman has returned home. Now, while people are looking at the case, the family of that man have said that this is the worst injustice ever in the history of Nigeria. That somebody that unalives their son, the president have granted her bail to go and pardon her to go. Now, let me tell you something. If such a thing have not happened to you as a family, you will not understand that where this family, their pain is coming from. Their son got married to a woman, the woman unalives the son, and now the president have granted the woman pardon. No, this is not fair. How do you want the family to be happy? How do you want the family to live when their son, okay, did he bring back their son? You see, that this country don't allow them to unalive you. Don't allow them to take your life. One light and life. There is no justice. I am not happy with this one that the president did. One light and life. I'm not happy that Allah. Drug barons, you are releasing them. We are saying that the problem of this country now, we are saying that The people that are committing the crime is too much. We are thinking of how to reduce them. Now you are bringing the ones that we have reduced, you are bringing them back inside. Now the country is now filled up with people that are doing crime. I watched a video online that is trending currently where they say that bandits came in Katsina State, they came to a premises to come and do a peace deal. You need to see the guns that these people are holding. You need to see the amount of people. You see how there are many in Katsina State. Look at how there are many with guns, plenty guns. Look at how there are many. Look at how there are many with guns. Who gave them all those guns? Who bought all those guns for them? Do you know, when I saw that video, may God forgive me for what I'm about to say, but this is what is in my mind. It's my mind. You cannot blame me for saying my mind. This is what I feel. The thought that came into my mind when I watched that video of those bandits carrying gun in Katsina State. Katsina State. This is a state that have produced the president, former president Umar Musa Yar'Adua, that is late. This same state have produced the late President Muhammad Buhari. Now, when Yar'Adua left that state, when Yar'Adua was the president, Katsina was not like this. Katsina State was not like this. As a matter of fact, I went to FDC Daura, Katsina State. Katsina State used to be one of the most peaceful states in the world. One of the most peaceful states in the world. Just like Borno State, Maiduguri. Used to be very peaceful. What happened to Katsina State? So the thought that came to my mind when I watched that video, I was telling myself that there is something that the late president did not tell us before he go. Buhari. There is something that he didn't tell us. I don't understand how Katsina State have changed from what it used to be to what it is now. I still cannot figure out how Katsina State have transformed from a peaceful state to a state that is filled with terrorists. How? For God's sake. For God's sake. How did Katsina State get to where it is today? Look at the people with gun. We are talking about how we are going to reduce these people that are doing crime. The president has pardoned a lot of criminals and bring them back into society. We are no more safe. We are no more safe, man. In as much as you want to have a good name by saying that in your tenure you pardon people. So if you are going to pardon a criminal that did something like that, masterminded the kidnap of Mike Ozekome and some other people, he was brought back to society and people were clapping. Why have you not? Why did Nnamdi Kanu not make it to that list? The things that these people did is even more than what Nnamdi Kanu have done. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Why is he still in detention? Why was Nnamdi Kanu not granted presidential pardon? Why is it that he didn't make it to the list of the pardon? The people that they pardon. If you can pardon a drug baron, if you can pardon somebody that unalive her husband, clearly against the will of the family, so why have you not pardoned Nnamdi Kanu? That is a question that I'm asking to.
And I think we all know the answer. Ahmed Rufai once said, when he was asked why the Nigerian army are in eastern Nigeria, killing the young people, accusing them of being members of IPOB. And the same army is doing Operation Safe Corridor for terrorists. The Nigerians have been slaughtered in their thousands. Communities have been destroyed. People have been sent to refugee camps in their own country. Do you know what El Rufai said? El Rufai said, well, Boko Haram is not trying to break up Nigeria. They are just doing business. He defended them. He said, no, they are not. It's not about Islam. They are just business people. All these people kidnapping people, collecting ransom and all that. They are just business people. They are criminals. You see those ones led by Nnamdi Kanu. This was El Rufai. He said the IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu, they are planning to break Nigeria. And that is an unforgivable sin. Yeah. So it's about the interested parties. So those who you see physically rambling about Nnamdi Kanu, they are mostly inconsequential when it comes to why Nnamdi Kanu remains in their detention illegally. And they are telling you the case is in court. Are you asking the president to stampede the court? Are you saying that the president should not let the court work? Really? Are you actually being for real? He is in court. In their court. But I have never seen, you can tell me though, because I'm not a lawyer. You can tell me if you have seen that in Nigeria, where appeal courts, right, will discharge and acquit someone of crime brought by the state. And then the statute of appeal, statute of limitation, a statute of appeal lapsed. They didn't appeal. They didn't release him. Say if courts grant you discharged and acquitted, it's not bail, discharged and acquitted. Maybe that same day they go open the detention door and say, go out. Tinubu announced that he is pardoning 170-something repentant criminals. That same day, they made the announcement. One of them, the one that kidnapped Ozekume and killed the Anambra State former deputy governor, released by Tinubu. That same day, they made the announcement. The guy arrived in Delta. And they were jubilating, celebrating in his community that he's back. Somebody sent to life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. He spent 4 years or so. He's back in town. A drug dealer that was convicted by the same court after all evidence proved that he's a drug baron. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. He spent 6 years or 7 years. Tinubu released him. That same day, he slept in his house. A court discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. But they still locked him up. And the whole country kept quiet, waiting, begging them to obey the court order. Then after 8 days, they went to Supreme Court by asking the Supreme Court to stay execution. Supreme Court is that not the final court in the country? Do you appeal anything that Supreme Court says? Then they go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court that was supposed to settle everything, interpret the judgment. Supreme Court started tearing the whole thing apart. Yeah, he was not he didn't jump bail. He has proved that he didn't jump bail. So therefore, revocation of his bail is wrong. If something is wrong, the Supreme Court says something is wrong, is that not meant that it should be right? I mean, they should right what is wrong. No. We need to go and retry this. Supreme Court now send them back to High Court again to go and restart. Don't forget the case that they charged Nnamdi Kanu for then was a treason. And he was discharged and acquitted after all arguments. Supreme Court says, oh yeah, he still has a case then, if you say so. But at least you should reinstate his bail. They forgot that, they ignored that. They now went back, held him for 4 years. 4 years. Then they came up with the new charges. Right? The new charges would then be terrorism. It is no longer treason, terror. So we need to present a new evidence and new this and that. Only for them to start presenting the same thing they presented when they charged him for treason. So why can't you see through all of that? If they are telling you that let the court do their work, let the court do. So the courts, if they get to this one will say he's guilty, Abi, and then the next one will say he is not. Then they will tell you again that they have to wait for Supreme Court. Then you spend another 4 years because the intention is to get to kill him slowly until he dies. How is that all right? How is that normal? No, it is not, because that's a rhetorical question. So they took his brother and his lawyer, simply Aisha. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for your super chat, your generosity, by the way. So please, everyone here, take your time and like the broadcast if you haven't already. Okay, just a moment. Go back to the comments. So those who are mocking Showore, why did the DSS or the police not arrest Showore? And they arrested Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and his brother because Samuel Showore is working for Tifnumbu and all these jargons that these guys are pulling. It would be a waste of time to actually really delve into all of that. Okay? But I bet you, if to say we have enough of people like Omoyele Showore, that at least have all it takes to keep confronting them and this way, there's a chance that, you keep pushing, something will have to move. And it has shown severally, many times, that these guys are just pure, what you call weak men with power. And that is why every small thing, little thing triggers them, gets under their skins, and they want to bring out the entire weight of the law, of the state instrument upon you. Because they are just little men with power. And they are always like ego tripping too. Do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who I am? And all that stuff. Samuel Showore seems to have become that similar bone that is tied to the neck of a dog. And yeah, they are still continuing their illegality. But the people that they have taken and kept, they don't even know what they want to charge them for right now. The magistrates they took them to, ordinarily, right? This is how you get to know how impunity works and how much the APC, they have upgraded impunity to statecraft as we speak. They picked people up from the spots where they had this station or police station there. So they were told to take them far away from there to somewhere else where they could get a magistrate that would detain them. And meanwhile, if you arrest them for public disturbance or whatever it is, it's a bailable offense that could be bailed. Their lawyer, by his own self-recognition, you could even give him bail without any lawyer representing them at all. But because it is political, right? And of course, it doesn't matter to these rogues, like they did to Dele Farotimi, when the magistrate decided to just detain him for a non-custodial case, a civil case, because they just wanted to kind of show that, right? So yeah, we saw that earlier. Showore was there yesterday as well. Yeah.
Yes. He must be free.
It's non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable.
What
I want to say,
because they're saying that Yoruba man is fighting for Igbo man.
Longer divide us.
Yes.
They have discovered that this one has come to unite us.
Exactly.
The oppressed.
Exactly.
And that is why they are very worried. And I hope they continue to be worried. because the voice is loud now.
Exactly.
And we are unstoppable.
Exactly.
And we will ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is free.
Yes.
There's nothing they didn't do to us yesterday, including opening fire on us. So I'm not surprised that today or yesterday they targeted his lawyers. They even said it. The presidential spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, said it, that the lawyer had no business protesting.
Imagine.
They were about to release them yesterday on bail because they committed no crime anyways, and then suddenly changed their mind and even attacked us in front of the FCT command. What they are trying to do is that they know they don't have a case. And the lawyer, the lead lawyer, who has been challenging them, they want to put him away. At the time that they said his clients should open his defense. You are the one who said go and open his defense. Yes. The lawyer is preparing, but now you are taking the lawyer away so that he cannot prepare for him to open his defense. What we're trying to say is that we got here this morning, and lo and behold, the police has rushed here without letting his lawyers be aware of their client's whereabouts. And the judge, upon discovering that there was no lawyer around, has sent them to Okezie. That was the goal of the illegal IG. To send this guy away. That's the goal of Tinubu, to make sure that there are no lawyers to defend him when he returns to court, to open his defense. That is it. That is the tactic you are saying now. And you see that they're also sponsoring propaganda that it was Showore that got them arrested. Yeah. It is part of the propaganda so that they will use that to divide us.
They are used to propaganda.
Yes. And we are used to that. I am here to get Nnamdi Kanu released.
Yes.
And nobody who's been Nnamdi Kanu will be free.
Yes.
No matter how anybody feels about that. Because there's a difference between the doer and the just the sayer. All right. But let's leave the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which kicks off tomorrow. Yeah. And then we see how that plays out, because, of course, those who have been listed as witnesses, there is 100% a chance that none of them will show up. Meanwhile, there is an instrument of a court that could force them to show up. It's called subpoena. If they are subpoenaed, they have to show. But again, I'll still put my money on that none of them will show up. Or if they ever show up, they will only be represented. You just see some lawyers now. They will be the ones to show up and say, my client, I'm representing my client, and this is the message of my client. It's kind of like that. It's to make mockery of the entire judicial thing, you know? So if they fail to honor the subpoena, they can use what is called the bench warrant arrest. I've been a bench warrant arrest. That is, the court would then have to use the bailiff or this police to bring them to court to come and be witnesses. You know? So, we will look forward to how that is going to pan out or play out when they open their courtroom tomorrow. But in their boardroom, no, in their chambers, in the National Assembly, they're having kind of like an interesting conversation on a very, very important topic. You see, those who knows that the issue of the rape culture is something that has been so underreported and mostly underprotected too. Nobody say law no day to punish anybody that defiles anybody sexually forcefully, by the way, right? Then we have those who are also like defiling children. So now they are amending the law, right, to actually make that a capital offense. Some are asking for making it a capital offense. Others are saying, make it a life sentence. While others are saying, make it 20 years. It's a conversation around this sexuality and all of that, health, women's health and all that, which Natasha also kind of like engaged. So I'm going to take you to their National Assembly for another few minutes where they were having that chat. First, it was Oshiomhole that raised this very much bill or amendment. According to him, right? It seems it's time for law to pay attention to this, this degenerate, these pedophiles and all that. Watch.
And refer back to the standing committee. Defilement of a minor should be different from that of rape. For a minor, this is a kid who is not capable of consenting or otherwise, and whose life can be destroyed almost permanently. Those involved in defilement should suffer greater punishment. I propose that it should be 20 years if you defile an underage. Because I've seen cases of boys and girls under 10 years old, 5 years old, defiled by adults.
You have proposed that for minors, defilement should carry 20 years. Any seconder?
Yes, sir.
Yes. A more severe one. There's a motion. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion, ably moved by Senator Adam Oshomhole.
For minors.
For minors. That the penalty should be 20 years instead of 10 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Imprisonment.
I say second.
And no option of fine.
No option of fine.
So is Senator Aledo, you wanted to say something?
I wanted to propose a more stiffer punishment for defilement, life imprisonment. Because in other climes, actually, it's life imprisonment. In fact, capital punishment. Particularly in India, Pakistan, and what have you, it's capital punishment. But here, we can reduce it to life imprisonment.
DSP, the motion was on 20 years, but the counter motion is on life imprisonment.
Mr. President, we don't have that in our rules. Once there's a motion and somebody seconds, then it will be put to vote. If he fails, then he can raise his own motion. We don't have this. It's alien to our rules.
But we bear in mind.
It's alien.
We bear in mind that he has a counter motion.
You can do that, but he knows it's an experienced legislator. He knows at this point you cannot change this. You should put a vote, defeat it, then you bring forward his own motion.
Okay, those in support that defilement of minors should carry 20 years imprisonment in the act say aye. Those against say nay. Okay, so that is defeated. Yes, you can now move. Your mic.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting in the chair. My distinguished colleagues, I want to propose that the punishment for defilement is for minor is life imprisonment.
So in this case, it doesn't matter whether it is a woman or a man that does the defilement. The most important thing is that if a woman lures a minor to defile, life imprisonment. If a man lures a minor to defile, life imprisonment. Any seconder, Olamileko, because you feel very strongly about this. You are going to make sure that nothing like that happens in Ogun State.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting as chair. Adeola Solomon Olamileko. I rise to second the motion as ably moved by Senator Adamu Alero. I so second.
Yes. Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that any defilement of a minor in Nigeria henceforth should carry life imprisonment. Those in support say aye. Aye. And those against say nay. They are not here. But is there any option of fine? No option of fine. So the motion is carried.
That's a good one. Not like they don't have laws, okay, to put these kind of criminals away, right? But the system itself seems to to protect most of the culprits. So if anybody is finally brought before their law, if this passed, right, that's a good deal. Like, why would you even go and defile a child? Like, what kind of a psycho would do that, right? There is more. I think they were having a chat around abortion too. So this encounter ensued between Natasha and Akpabio.
As to whether there is a child or not, the person will go to 5 years imprisonment. That means for taking any drug at all. The inelegance of it all, the opposite Senate President has proposed a motion that we step down for that consideration of this bill and then refer it to our Committee on Judiciary and Legal Matters to get back to us in 2 weeks. Distinguished Senator Okezie Ikpeazu, a strong leader and member of this August Assembly, has seconded it. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Mr. Senate President, please may I speak? I'm a woman and abortion has to do with women. It's very important, sir.
Let us go to clause. This has been stepped down in totality. Yes, you distinguished senator, distinguished senator. This has been stepped down in view of the conviction, but if you have anything to add, you can say.
Thank you very much, sir. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, Kogi Central. Sir, this borders on abortion, and
yes, Senator. Your mic.
Mr. President, we have been tutored over and over that when a matter has been concluded and you have dropped the gavel, in this particular case, to allow for more conversation, if you grant exemption to distinguish Senator Natasha, then you must extend the same extension to us, in which case our rules will become meaningless. I think the rules should be obeyed. We have said more discussion, which allow her to make any input, and I also intend to make more input. I think that is the whole essence of deferring it. To continue the debate, many of us will rather debate it here. So I think my distinguished sister should agree that these are the rules. And those rules have to be followed. If you begin to exercise discretion of granting exemption here, you have to grant exemption there, and here we shall have no rules. Okay, I think the rules should be fair, and it should be applied the way you have done, even when I try to...
Distinguished Senator Adamo-Shumole, I must add that I'm not a spirit to know what the senator wanted to say. The senator said, I want to say something. But if I knew, I would have referred her to Rule 52, sub 6. Rule 52, sub 6 says, it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the Senate has come to a conclusion during the current session, except upon a substantive motion for rescission. So since the Senate has come to a conclusion and has stepped down this, it shall be out of order. So I rule Senator Natasha out of order. Yes, Leader of the Senate.
Anyway, there were other women senators in that place, but it seems that they barely even attend plenary, or when they do, probably they never even speak. Barely see them though. But whenever it is time for Kolu to come in, when they are going to sing on his man death, they go die, the entire place will be filled up. So since we are still in Abuja, we can I can easily show you what also happened in Abuja today, when a policeman was said to have shot a cyclist, an Okada man, which then led to a serious protest and some burnings and all that. This was in Abuja this afternoon. Where is that?
Yeah?
Who they talk? Who they talk for here?
Everybody's talking. Mama, Belki don't reach Nasarawa.
Hey, they don't shoot this one. Police shoot this one, they come for here. They won't carry and go hospital.
Which one will you know? Which one will you know?
They don't carry the person go. Okay, they can. Hi. I feel go my street so. That's why they go. Where they go now? Come. Follow me. Come on, they go. Stay there now. You go hard
So as I'm saying, the route here in Nado Junction is blocked. According to the information, the vigilante man shoot one of the Okada because of their daily basic receipt that they were paying 100 naira. So the Okada guy refused to collect the receipt and the vigilante killed him, shot him with gun. He is dead now. Look at the way they are burning tire on the road. No way to Maraba, no way to Masaka site. The road is blocked. That is the information right now. I'm there presently. Oh, this is the information right now. All the two sides are blocked now. So no going in, no going out. Here in Nado Junction. That is it. So the hold up started from New Nyanya side to Ado Junction. From Hajo Junction down to International Market. No movement. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's called the Nasarawa Kefi Road. Nasarawa Kefi Abuja Road. That's what happened. On the other hand, right, I think it is in that same Abuja as well, when police harassment, put it that way, police harassment is also captured on camera. Watch this.
On your orders.
Jesus, this is not nice, though. 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 It's not nice. It's not nice. Why are you slapping him like that? This is not fair. Leave him alone. No, this is not nice. So. You see this police guy, eh?
Niger, everyone is angry. Conductor is angry. Driver is angry. Market trader is angry. Okada man is angry. Passengers angry. Police is angry. You know, they actually those you think they have this training now to manage and undo tense situation. When police call it, tell you, say, "I go kill you." Why you gonna say more? It's gonna be policeman or it's gonna be shere. Everybody is frustrated in such a way that any small thing, they spark, angry, and all that, flex power, illegality, brutality. Every day. Some women and men were protesting that their lands were being taken somewhere in Delta State, right? So they protested, calling on government to do something and all that. When government responded, they sent policemen. You know, Nigeria police, they know they see crowd. Even if not 20 people, they walk on like any other. You are what? Protest. You know what they do? This is what they did.
Entities have abandoned our tree. We are feeding by and state government. We are feeding our government. But they have abandoned our tree. This is one of the first trees that was pronounced to be strong by governor. But governor is still on that tree, but it's not being powered. We are not happy. As ever community, we are not happy. What they are doing to us today is wrong. Let them come and start our tree. Obola good tree, Afefa tree, and the other one.
I forgot. They were asking for a bridge, that their bridge in their community has been abandoned and they want the government to fix the bridge. That's what happened. And instead of the government to come back and say, "Oh, yeah, we'll fix the bridge," they just send the policemen to start shooting them. In Bayelsa, not Delta, Bayelsa, rather. Meanwhile, again, somewhere in the Sharia North, as I've been trying to dig, this person will tell you his story. A shop owner lost his shop because Sharia courts declared his trade illegal. And then they took over his shop and they auctioned everything off. All of that happened in a country that is supposed to be secular. So somebody who is not covered under any Sharia law, like they tell you that Sharia is for Muslims, it doesn't affect Christians. Well, if you have bought the lies before, tell them to go and study the Sharia they are practicing in northern Nigeria. If it is the same Sharia that you read about, which is the one that covers just the Muslims, right? In Sharia, northern Nigeria, everybody comes under Sharia. And it will take only the grace of maybe your strength or your mouth not to get hanged. But how is this even possible? The Sharia court ruled. But let's hear the story. Here, tell us.
Area council standing before me is my wife, on 17th April 2025. The people want to come to this very shop. Sorry, I own this shop. They are about 4 in number. I'm using the rented one, the one Mr. Brad might take to food. Around 17th April 2025, some people, a group of people come here. They said that they're having case with the one Brad, Mr. Brad Michael, who is my tenant. He rented this shop, he used this shop in 2017. That he has only them pray that they have a case in court, which they ruled since 2023. That they judge the case in open area court in Babalada since 2023. And the guy is supposed to pay 550,000. That he refused to pay. Because they now move the case to Sharia Court of Appeal, who is their work is to do enforcement. And since then, the Sharia Court of Appeal has been following him to pay the money. He refused to pay. And I'm not aware of them, not in the case. I'm not aware of their case. So they said since they're pursuing him, they did not see the guy, had run away from them, they decided to auction the shop. So when they come here, they're about to auction the shop. I told them that the guy is just a tenant. But I am the owner of the shop. They say that one, they don't concern them. When I talk to them, they say if I'm the owner, I should be the real document of the shop to Sharia Court of Appeal tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, as they told me, I went there with the paper. When I get to the office, I asked them, because they say all the command concerning the shop is under the chief litigation and the chief registrar, Sharia Court of Appeal. When I asked them the office, they directed me. I said the man I have come with the documents, as people that come to auction shop yesterday told me. He laughed at me and told me that it's very late, so that they cannot do anything. That if I want to know what is in that matter, I should go to open area court, that's where they judge my case. I went there also. I report the matter to them. They say that all they know they judge the case, I don't need to follow credit. But they not ask them to sell the shop. That they don't know how come to sell the shop, where they get the power. They said, so anyway, if I want to know what is in that matter, I should carry a lawyer. I carry a lawyer. I report the case. Telling that the shop is my own. The chief judge that will hand the case start should bring the document of the shop. If I'm the real owner, I give him a photo start. He said he didn't throw the photo start. That in the sitting of the adjournment of the case, I should come with the original paper. I'm afraid of giving them my original paper. Then my law says since it's court that it can be forced, I should submit the original paper. I should come with it and nothing happened to it. I bring the original paper of the shop and give the judge. After judge is studying the thing, sorry, that place where they sit in once, those people are sued, those court of appeal good and the Brad Michael and the issue, the people that had the case before, I sue all of them. But I don't know how they come to the conclusion of selling my shop. When the first sitting, the Sharia court of people do not appear. Second sitting, they did not appear. Third sitting, they did not appear. Judge did not say that the next sitting, that he will rule the case. All we are seeing, he failed of ruling the case, they transfer the judge to another place. When we now come, we withdraw the case and resue again. This new judge now that they now bring, see the first of the case, all we keep on doing is to bury us money. The first one say we withdraw the case, he said the withdrawal is 25,000. We say no problem. We prepare the case and bring before him again on the same piece for the same case. When we call, he say he's tracking the case out with 200,000. A case that the very judge with 500,000, is striking me out with 200,000. That is to say, if I want to control the case, that I will pay 200,000. We now can say, okay, since it's starting the case out, that my documents with the other judge who's supposed to give me before the now transfer it, let me have my documents. The judge, they refused giving us the documents. We went to register. He said the judge will stand before they have the documents. We prepare a file and file. Up till now, the judge is holding the file, both the original and the photostat of the shop. The judge is holding it. After he started the case out, I don't have any other option than to take my case to ICPC. To take the case here, even though they have not accepted the case yet. Yesterday, I announced a group of people come. They said they are from Sharia Court of Abia, that they're going to do handover to the new owner of the shop. They pack everything inside that shop and call one man, Mr. Adamu, he stayed in the front. They video him. They said he is the new owner of the shop. That anybody that touch this man when he's going to handle this shop will do case with court. So Nigerians, I'm begging all Nigerians to help me in this matter. If only I have case with them, I will say they have defeated me, that I'm convicted of any crime. I will not be saying what I'm saying. I beg the true litigation. I beg the true registry of Sharia Court of Abia that I'm the owner of this shop. They say you know concern them. I don't know how another man go soft to do something, another man go come carry the pen. The crime what I know nothing about. I've not been in the court with anybody. I asked them who to do this for, where did you do it for, and that man is the owner of the shop. Do you ask anybody in this community to know if the man is the owner of the shop? They say you know concern them. They have gone to newspaper. I said if you are going to newspaper, how can I know? I'm not aware of it. I'm not in this case. I am the owner of the shop. This is my document. They say nothing concerns them. All they know that I have given the case, the shop will go on. Please, I have nothing against them. I am begging them to leave my shop for me. I'm begging Nigerians to look into this matter. If only I commit anything, I will not be doing what I'm doing. The case, I'm not even into it. I don't know. So if a tenant is living, somebody living in somebody's house, if the person commit, they will not sell the house to pay the person crap. Because this person is just a tenant in my shop, Mr. Brad Michael. He's a tenant in my shop. I don't know the case they have with the person they have. Now they say they might take my shop and pay for his crime. Please help me. I'm begging even the Sharia Court of
Sharia Court too. Yeah, judgment too. Yeah. 500,000. They said there is a court judgment against Mr. Michael. 500,000. Who is a tenant? So how did somebody who is a tenant in a place, what did they give it to them in their court that they had to kind of take care of somebody's entire block of shops? So right now, in the face of their law, he is no longer the owner. And his reaction.
Area Council. I was in my shop 3 months ago. Some people just carry motor gun. Said they are from Sharia Court of Abia, that their chief litigation and chief registrar has auctioned my shop. I told them that I don't have any case with them. Why should they auction my shop? I built this shop in 2012. I rent their phone shop in number. I rent one to somebody. They said the person in the shop is showing their credit. I told the person owner, why can't you provide his goods? That the goods in that shop, they don't care about the goods. They say what they know is they want to take that shop. I tell them the side should come to the court and tell them if I'm the owner of the shop. I go there. Even though I'm a Christian, I tell them why should a Christian go to Sharia court? They say I must come if I'm the owner, that they will leave me my shop. I take all the documents to them. Even when I read here, they even see the document, say they will do investigation. All I see today, they just come here, carry paper come, say that I auction the shop, that they are doing handover because I'm a Christian, because I'm Igbo, they collect my shop, Sharia court. Even if they will follow the law, as a Christian, what I have to do with Sharia court? They because what is happening in Nigeria, they carry my case there. Even when I appear, they did not listen to me. They bring the other judge, the judge that wants to ask them what happened. They remove the judge, said that in charge of who the moving judge. They remove the judge. The judge cannot tell my goods, my shop for nothing. I done nothing. Even if I have case with them, I would have said that with me. But I don't have any case with them. I'm not appeared before their court. I don't know commit anything. The judge cannot tell my shop. They say because I am nobody. Nigerians help me, oh. Nigeria help me, oh. My life will finish, oh. EDM help me, oh. They collect my shop because I am a Christian. They say the Sharia court have taken my shop. God help me, oh. 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 They collect my shop just to intimidate me. I have no case with them. If I had a case, I would say that I win me. But I'm not being in their court and do any judge. They just collect my shop just like them. Just in the better because of my man. I take the case to court. Judge collected the case and the judge said he has scanned the case out because I am nobody. He said I cannot report this for no court. Judge, I saw judge come out my face. God help me. Woman right to come assist me. Woman right to assist me. Woman right to assist me. Woman right to assist me. I hope on God. I hope on God. I hope on God. Whoever that says you buy the shop, God will not let you take my shop. This is my sweat. This is my sweat. God help me. God help me. God help me. That you come and help people in this community. To know if the person that's in that shop is your not the shop. They do not make any inquiry. I think God to the make inquiry before they do something. This court do not make any inquiry. They just go here, say that I go to a newspaper that I'm taking my shop. Nigeria help me. Nigeria help me. Nigeria help me. God help me. Chief litigation. Sharia court of Abia. Chief registrar. Sharia court of Abia. Chief judge. Upper area court. They connected the ability. They connected the ability. They connected the ability. Upper area court. Chief judge. Upper area court. They collided and collect my property. God help me. God help me. God help me. Nigeria help me. My life finish. My life finish. My life finish. I do that nothing. I do that nothing. Because I'm a Christian. They take my case to Sharia court. They can't just go to Sharia court. Say Sharia court has taken my shop. They did not invite me. 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 God help me. God help me. God help me. God help me.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people approving. People should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no way to make our own life.
And that scream is coming from the place of pain. It's like all your investment. Just like they to first be like, no, it's not possible. No, that's not possible. How is that even possible? Somebody will just, when I have my document, then how they manage to convince him to submit the original, his own land and the building, everything document and photocopy, to submit it to the court that they are not giving it back to him, only to turn around and say somebody else is now the owner of the place, one Alaji Abinko. So you go more first thing like this, you will go first be like, everywhere go first blow. Or be like everywhere go just first dark. That moment that thing hit you, like they've collected my shops. I've done nothing wrong. Does that mean that they've collected my shop? Does that mean that I'm not the owner of this place anymore? Just like that? I said, yes, you are not the owner anymore. You will go first be like everywhere, go first blow. You know, go come see clearly. So by the time you come back, your brain begin to clear. That's the pain. So in case if some of you probably who are making comments in the other way around, right? You have to write to your comments, but nobody deserves, no one deserves that. At least not it coming from the supposed judicial system, and this time around Sharia. Sharia court is supposed to be very fair. So how did they arrive at that? Someone said that he's meant to, he should have hired a lawyer. Obviously, he's going to hire a lawyer eventually. But did you not hear the part where he said he had to sue them at a point? And then they didn't show up. When it was time for the judge to now rule on his case, so that all this won't happen, they transferred the judge. They now brought another judge. This another judge is the one that got the document from him and all of that, only for him to now hear that, oh, there is actually an appeal, another appeal against the man. No, that's not him. Oh. There's an appeal against Mr. Michael, his tenant, in a Sharia court. It didn't have anything to do with Sharia court. It wasn't there until he heard that and he went. He said he went there. And he told them everything that, you know, only for them to still turn around and say, well, it's been given to Alaji, so and so, plus all the goods inside. But it's not be 500,000 naira BC. Even if they have to say the landlord can't pay somebody else's, no, I mean, you can't punish someone for someone else's problem, but not in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria is a place where we say, they can't go offend. They will arrest the mama, arrest the papa, arrest the brother, arrest the sister, because it's a technique to get you out. You know, the colonial form of, you know, government or so, or colonial style of policing. I may do something, I mean that they look for, but they can't find me. They'll go and pick my mom, pick my dad, pick everybody that they know around me, lock them up, beat them, torture them, and then ask them to force me out. And to them, it's just their way in a dictatorship, like a tyrannical system of government. That's what Nigeria is. You know? Because it's mental, right? But now let's go to something else. Okay? Because yesterday it was reported that along Lokoja Kogi or so road, where okay, hang on, I'll give you that story later. But let's stay in Abuja for a sec, okay? Where we're Wike, in his usual way, right, is here to remind the people of Abuja the Tifnumbu's benevolence, and that until Tifnumbu came, people of Abuja have never seen any of this type of development before. And I'm like, what about those who now built Abuja? They can be like, say, like in Lagos. Lagos never existed until Tifnumbu became the governor. Lagos started existing when Tifnumbu became governor. So they are about to put a narrative on Abuja now. Abuja is like, you know, but when Tifnumbu came, they started seeing proper development. All for 2027. Remember to pay us back, all these things you are benefiting. This solar street light, all these roads, with the wicked.
For the glory of God, today is the 20th day of our flag on commissioning program. 20th day. I want to challenge anybody who will say in the history of that city, in any administration, who has beaten this record of the New Hope agenda. It has any administration since the inception of the Federal Capital Territory that has beaten this record of Uzodinma of Imo, let you speak up now or forever remain silent. What does this show? It shows leadership that is committed. It shows leadership that is willing to change the lives of the people. Every time people come to us, the EFFCA has said this contract was awarded 2009. 2009. For those of you who are good in mathematics and arithmetic, 2009 till date is what? How many years? How many years? The order 2009 was Bola Ahmed Tinubu president in Nigeria 2009. Was it president 2010? Was it president 2011? What about 12? What about 13? 14? 15? 16? 17? 18? 19? 20? 21? 22? Was this not completed? Was it completed? The people of Uye were then complaining that the road has not been completed, that has been abandoned, was contractor on site again. Contractors abandoned because there was no payment. Now the president came, meeting of the year in 2023. Precisely May 29, 2023. And what did he do? He took steps to make sure that this road was awarded in 2009. The entire Uye district has not less than 600 something hectares of land. To make it as a district, to develop the road, both sectoral, arterial, and all external roads, and to provide the basic infrastructure, both water and light. And the president said, listen, I have brought the new hope agenda to the people. I have to change the narrative that the people have lost hope and that we need to bring hope back to them. So for 2023 May, when Mr. President came, what he did, within 1 year in office, May 24, he first of all commissioned that interchange that was a traffic problem for the entire area. And then for 2024, now to 2025, the entire district has been completed. My dear good people, don't look at everybody's face. If you are truly a child of God, if you really have conscience, can you say, if you have house here, if you are doing business here, can you say, true, your conscience will tell you that there is no leadership in this country? Your conscience tell you, indeed, there is no new hope agenda. I have told people, don't bother about my face. Don't bother about how I look. What is important is the job being done. I'm sure, as you sit here, look at the house.
Very wicked. Because, make I no lie you, Tinubu has to remain in power beyond 2027. If any opposition party, no matter how corrupt they are, if they take power, there are some certain people like Wike that even if it is just going to be for show, they will put them in cuffs, parade them. Some of them will be hunted down all over the world, like Bukwari started when Jonathan was kicked out, remember? There were those of you who were shouting change, change, change with them in 2014, 2015. You were saying that because they made you believe that Bukwari was coming to fight corruption. And so many of you couldn't wait to see some of these garrulous, arrogant, power-drunk, corrupt PDP goons in chains. How many of you still remember that? But it didn't take long before you started realizing that bad market, the buyer's remorse. When the supposed corrupt criminals started jumping ship, but they still went after some. But the entertainment of so many of you, it didn't end well. Like we all know how it all ended. Zero conviction per se. But one thing is that the likes of Wike and those around Tipnumbu will not want to risk that. So every appearance, every outing is the moment to reassure themselves that they are having this, they are getting this done for. But revalidation every day, even when they haven't started their campaign though, right? They did same in Lagos too, but this was yesterday. They call it a progressives gathering. So when they did all their talks, everything, then they all came out to endorse Sanwo-Olu for second term, as if to say they would do otherwise. Anyway, Sanwo-Olu and others in Lagos endorsing Sanwo-Olu for second term.
We have listened to all of our stakeholders here today, and by unanimous decision which we are going to ask somebody to move and somebody to second, that all of the representatives of the stakeholders on this stage have come to the conclusion that he, President and Commander-in-Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should present himself by the General House here as stakeholders in Lagos State APC for him to return as our President. I will ask one of our traditional rulers to move, and I will ask the Speaker of the Lagos State National Assembly to show second, so that it is an inclusive conversation here. On behalf of the traditional rulers in Lagos State, I, Kabiru Adewale Sotobi, the Ayọ̀kùnrin of Ikorodu, èmi tí mo ti jọba tí mo ti kọ́ba mi tí mo ń forí adé sọ lẹ́yìn wípé we in Lagos State we endorse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to go for the second time. So I move. In view of the submission of the stakeholders and motion does being moved by our Royal Majesty of Ikorodu, I do hereby second the motion on behalf of my colleagues from Lagos State House of Assembly and the people of Lagos State. I so second. Ṣé kó dúró complete tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Ìdúró yìí dẹ̀ ní pé gbogbo wa láti mú irinṣẹ́ tàbí ṣiṣẹ́ ní APC tó jẹ́. We have listened to all.
So they were even like advising their children to, they were telling themselves that they should bring their children to campaigns because they are getting older now. They need to show their children what they are doing. So you're likely going to be seeing some of their children in their rallies now, going forward. Well, on the other hand, this one is what happened in Kogi, the one I wanted to tell you earlier, okay, where the people are pretty much on their own while all of that is going on, okay. Watch this.
Criminal, they don't kidnap us. They don't kidnap these people all, look. Jesus. God help us, oh. God help us, oh. Oh Lord, have mercy. God help us. God help us. They cannot carry anybody here.
May God help us. I hope God help us. And I think He would actually want us to help ourselves too, by telling us, ourselves the truth only. So this is where I am going to wrap it up tonight. Still have a few to share, but time is no longer on our side. So I'm going to keep it for tomorrow. Thank you for your own time. If you haven't really liked the broadcast, this will be the best time. You know, the first kind of like a best time for you to like the broadcast was like 2 hours ago. Another best time was probably about half an hour ago. And this is your last best chance. Please like the broadcast before you go, okay? I'm going to see you another time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And a very good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Kíkó nìna kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọn ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.